I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extent, beautiful family, just thank you so much for the love and support y'all been giving me. Sorry about that, y'all. I got chapstick on the side of my face. Um, if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. Just thank you so much for the support. Our family is just growing massively, and I'm so grateful for everything that we can truly connect with. It's like bigger and better is coming towards our way that we were truly needing in our lives. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when your girl's about to upload her next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, please drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know more, even if it's about even though if it's about the content of the information that you're replying to, or you're just telling me about your empathic gifts and how they impacted your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And vibes or good inspiration that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times at this moment and just needing confirmation or validation or towards life path or even soul purposes, or just even needing spiritual guidance, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It is so greatly appreciated. And I hope that you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music I'm listening to in the background is called 888 Hertz, 80 Hertz, 8 Hertz Meditation Bowl. Change your energy with abundance frequency, abundance vibration. And I will post that link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101 Heyokas Powerful Messages that come from painful memories of the path that keeps resurfacing. With everything that's going on right now, I even put a post out, and it's just so many different. Even as soon as I haven't even get into it yet, chills already starting up. Like, ooh, come through with the come through. I'm so happy about that. Okay, everything that is taking place in our lives is like strategically designed in our own divine plan from the universe. Things have been very hectic. People are been getting quarantined. With everything that's going on, where they're shutting down jobs. They're getting stimulus checks and all these things, and it's just like everything that has taken place. This was already been written. If universe wants things to change, they'll start popping off little Easter eggs all around the universe where it's going to make no choice but you to sit up here and closing doors of the path of the past, allowing yourself to really understand why your constant painful memories just keep coming up. And it's like things that has taken place in your life, and it's just like when you can allow yourself to be able to heal, is doing it in layers. Like you can feel at times that oh, okay, I'm at peace with things. I'm really uh, dealing with things better than I thought I would, because a lot of times we feel like if things has been too good for certain times for a long period of time, it's like you're looking for it to screw up at times because you're so used to things being so heavy. And, I'm really taking this course. So sorry, I'm trying to get a better light that's going around. It's like my energy is like so crazy. So it's like flashing again. You only does this very so often. It's like the energy in my face will start changing the colors in my, around me. But it's just like all these different things. I know I had to take off yesterday. We had like a very bad thunderstorm again. And it's like with my body, it was like so locked up, especially in the back of my back, my lower part of my back. I was just almost in tears. If my fam is that has been texting me yesterday, I was talking to them, but it was like I didn't want nobody to feel like I was being very dry or short with them. But when I have pain like that and I'm already trying to block my energy from others, especially as everybody else is going through these crazy transitions emotions as well, I don't want y'all feeling those, so it's just like, I was like, yeah, no, give them a thumbs up, giving a heart emoji, and I said, I hope they don't take that in the wrong way. But it was just like, when I'm feeling like that, I don't feel like talking, that much. And it's like, I'm trying to make sure that energy stays with me and only stays with me. So it's just like all these different things that's been taking place in my life. I'm already, you know, like bracing myself because tomorrow marks the fourth anniversary of my dad and his passing, and still trying not to allow myself to get angry because nobody has found out anything. Nobody is knowing who gave that medicine to them. Gave that medicine to him, and all this different stuff. And nobody's. I haven't been able to get that closure. So that is something that I'm still trying to make peace with. And the universe knows that's not easy. And I constantly hear his voice every single day. I constantly, people are, watching my videos and saying they're seeing my dad back and saying that they see my dad's spirit or, his essence in the videos. And I'm just like, I know I can feel it when he's around me, but it's like, I only see it like, when I look up here. So it's just like all these different things just taking place in my life where, certain things are coming up that I really went through. And then it's just like allowing you to know is like these things were planned to take place. You had to have these things happen to you so you can allow yourself to go through those motions. Any instant, like even if you have showed love to people and they have gone out the way to stab you in your back, people that you would have gave your shirt off of your back and they wouldn't even, let you borrow a pencil, all these things were a divine plan for you to have to go through just to be able to be that example for other people that even though these things has took place in your life, you can get over these things. You can overcome these things. They understand like when it comes to death and stuff like that, that does take time, but when you're allowing yourself, it was like I was talking to my mom last night, um, and I can feel her energy around me. And I kept telling her I apologize because, I really stressed my mom out growing up. I was angry. I didn't care. I was like a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. And it allowed me to go back to that pinpoint of everything that has taken place in my life that I can truly be grateful for, dealing with, the gifts that I have, especially the experiences that brought me to this path has not been easy, but it reflects the strength you have to keep knowing that there's a purpose behind everything that you have experienced in your life that is going to just not enrich your life and give you knowledge and awareness, but it's going to allow you to be able to spread that word, you know, um, in divine vibes that we tend to carry in our lives. And it's just like all these different transformations that's taking place. You feel this big shift that is going within you. You're seeing everything, you're getting more clarity and stuff like that. Cause it's like, wow, I went through these things and I was just telling my mom how sorry I was, even though we made peace with it, before she went into transition. But it was just allowing me to really understand. I'm glad it just didn't take me back to those moments of seeing her suffer, but just allowing me to see, she didn't want me to think about that. So when she came and I felt her touch me, um, it went back to everything that I did for her. It's like when she was in the hospital, I used to sing her gospel songs to her, and I didn't realize my voice was carrying. So, it's like different nurses that came in. They were like, they were trying to figure out where the singing was coming from. And, and I'm like, oh, I'm apologize. I apologize because she was in, I think it was like ICU because there was a whole bunch of people up there, that had very, very bad, illnesses and stuff that was up there, people got in car wrecks and stuff like that. So, and it was just like, no, the patients are really liking that. They want you to sing louder. And I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't want to disturb anybody, but that was my only way of uplifting my mom, because she was going through so many different things at one time. And it was just like for me having to be strong for her, because it was like with her having, it was like dementia and Alzheimer's going all at the same time with body cancer and 3 tumors in her head and fluid around her heart. It was like so many things she was going through, and I felt everything that she was going through. And it was just like, because they allowed me to feel everything my mom was going through. And it was just like, it took everything I had of me, because of going 150 miles every day for like 3.5 months. It really burned me out. And it was just like I carried that guilt with me because I wasn't there with her last final moments, even though my mom's sisters were there. I made sure she was there, and it was just like overwhelming for me because it was like me being at 26, 27 years old, and then trying to figure out all this adult stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was just now starting to be, good enough adult for myself. But she allowed me to see that, when it came down to it, she was like, she knows that there was, my parents always been that one that used to have to, deal with all that crazy stuff. But she was like, she was really proud of me for everything that's done. And she was trying to show me those. She's like, I don't want you to see the bad part in it, what you did, but just allow yourself to see what you were willing to do for me, just to make sure I was okay, just to make sure, I was able to say goodbye to the people that meant a lot to me, for bringing my grandkids up under, there. She was like, she really wanted me to see it as that. And so I was like, oh, okay, mom, and it got me emotional, but then it allowed me to see the strength that I've had throughout that time. Raising three children, and you're like 26, 27 years old, you never know when you had to leave your kids. I had to leave them with, she was always at church, and I was with her at times when I was growing up. So these people I knew, but it was just like the way folks are nowadays. You never know if somebody's abusing your kids, touching your kids, or anything else. So it was like, having to see her back and forth when we were in, I think it was in Springfield, Missouri, is where I was. That had to go, go back and forth to go see her at times and stuff like that. So it was like really stressful. And then it was just like allowing me to be able to see things that was really intensified in my life that really shook me. But it also, they didn't want you to see the pain that you went through, but the determination you had to have when it came to those certain parts of certain chapters of your life. Like, it didn't have a chapter yet. Like our whole life is like a big book, but it's like you don't come back until you decide how you're going to label that chapter um that is taking place. And these things has really uplifted me in different ways, even though it like really made me emotional. I was just thanking my mom and especially my dad. They have really helped me, especially with the spiritual guidance that's taking place with me, doing these things that I do with my videos, being able to have the visions that I have, and me being comfortable with sharing that with other people, and just being amazed about how many people can, like, Roslynn, this is crazy. I was just going through this last week and trying to get answers, and boom, you do a video on it. And how, people are going through, mad confusion right now. So especially if you have not been on the spiritual journey that long, or if you have, but it intensified, but you don't understand it. I know that has to be very scary, facing everything that has broke you down from up day until Sunday, you know, um, going through, painful loops of trauma that had really shook you to the where you looked at the world a whole different way. But they don't want you to see it as that. When these things resurface, number one, they're parting ways with us. Because right now, in the next few weeks, everything is, that has really been very gut wrenching, like painful to you, that has really put you in your emotions, made you want to snap. All those different things are surfacing, and they're like, this is the final cut. So these are the things they want you to understand that has taken place in your life. Be grateful for those times. Be grateful for these times, because when you're trying to understand your purpose and what you're doing and what you're about to do, it's just, the fact is, we have so much madness that goes on into this world, where people that have endured the things that we have endured in end up being mass killers, being terrorists, serial killers, being like Ted Bundy, what is his name, John Wayne Gacy, and stuff like that. But you decided not to do that. And some people are taking their lives because of these things, but yet you are still here. These are, like I said, these are just, was it strategically designed and divine plan for you, that you had to endure these storms. You had to witness constant chaos in your life. Even when all these things came to play in your life, you still reached out to be able to touch other people, to show them love when it wasn't shown to you. You gave somebody that attention that all the time they felt neglected. You gave them kind words when all they were is constantly heard that they weren't going to be nothing. Their voice didn't matter. They didn't matter. Why are you here? Why are you even still breathing? People knew I mean, people that really went through those things, really, you're impacting somebody's life in a beautiful way. And a lot of times we try to understand, why do we have to endure so much pain? Your pain has a purpose of being a blessing to somebody else. And a lot of times we don't understand, like, why did this have to happen to me? Why do I had to endure so much heartache and pain when all I did is show love? And it's just like, you have the kindest heart, but it makes you kind of cold at the same time, just because of you've been set up in main disappointments. You have been more friends, you've been friends to more people than they were to you. When you needed somebody, they abandoned you right when all you were there. When anytime at their beck and call, you were there. I get it, I understand. But then when I allow myself to see what's taking place, how would I have been able to help that next person if I didn't go through these disappointments in my life? How would I be able to tell people I understand what you're going through if I didn't carry a heavy burden on my life? Having, knowing that family I trusted have lied. you know, they kept me from so many different things in my life. They seen that good in me and they tried to break me from it, but that was what they were sent here for. They took me away from my family. They kept me away. They got money from my dad a lot and then told my dad I didn't want nothing to do with him, but want his money, which I never received. I didn't even though I had a connection with him. And his I guess his energy is heavy because of tomorrow is just going to be that reminder. Even though I know they're doing a lot of tributes for my dad, and I mean that uplifts me in so many different ways because he is so loved. Because it's like any other musician that has passed away, they have showed their respects, but not the way they keep showing it for him. And I'm just like, I'll be making fun of him. I'm like, man, did some good stuff in somebody's life for them to keep wanting to do tributes for you. And he was just like, it's sad when things have to happen like this when somebody's gone. Why don't they show this love, when you're still living? And I was like, yeah, it's like that at times, but that heals me in some way. I felt like that was a nightmare. I couldn't get up from because nobody truly understood what I felt, even though I've had people that know who my dad is to me and know that he lives throughout me, even though he kept on saying, if life was, denied me, I want you to keep living for me. I want you to laugh. I want you to keep talking. You have a kind heart, and he constantly tells me how proud he is of me. And when we go through these things, they don't want you to allow that emotion to come up when that memory comes back, because when you allow yourself to engage in that emotion, it's like you're putting that feeling right back in it like it first happened. But that's not what they're doing that for. They want you to see the strength you had to endure what people faulted you for because they couldn't do. They seen that in you. They seen that you were somebody's light. They seen that you were a torchbearer, and they envied you for that. They really, really envied you for that. And they had to break you from that. You knew you had a purpose before you got here, but you didn't know how these things were going to take place. You assigned yourself to certain people because they gave you this, what, this is happening in this family. We really need you to help them. And because you don't understand, when you're not just healing yourself, you're healing many generations from far behind, and they're rejoicing us for that because they know this is not something easy. When you have came here to sever those type of vibes that has been living amongst many for so many years, that, I mean, stuff comes at you hard to where you feel like you're about to suffocate in that heaviness because that pain gets hard for you to bear. Trust me, I know. I be sitting up here crying at times. And there's times when y'all send me these daggone messages. Oh God. Y'all be sending me these messages and I get really emotional because I feel, you know, you're saying, somebody gets me. Somebody understands what I'm feeling. They can relate to the things that I'm going through. You know, it feels good to know that I'm not the only one enduring these things. And I said, I get it, because it's just like there's times I sit here and I feel like I'm, holding my dad's hand. And I said, I could have went through anything, but losing you was, even though I know we're one, it just felt like a part of me left, you know, a part of me left. But it gained out so much more as well. Um, and going through this, it is just like I have to allow myself to keep seeing the good in it, even though it was something heavy that has took place in my life, you know. Um, but it is just like when I see the videos, not the videos, but when I see the comments from the videos, it allows me to see the clarity and the pain that I've endured. You know, being able to know, I know this feeling won't be like this forever. I just try to see the good times. I remember when my dad, when I was a few days old and having him, even though his daggone afro kept sticking me in my face, and he would constantly sing to me. He would constantly sing to me. Even though he was with me for only 3 days, I remember him singing to me. I don't know how I remember something like that, but I remember him just singing and feeling his tears at the same time because he knew that he was going to have to part ways with me in a few days. So that he stayed with me night and day, and just constantly sang to me, and that was like my safe space. And it was, I told him, I cried for days after he left. I cried for days, and I know he did too. And things had to go a certain way, and it's just being able to listen to the music that he's, had me and him in mind. It gives me comfort to a certain point. It brings up emotions. Because if you have a parent, then you have that very strong bond. It's like that's your safe place, that's your home. And it felt like I was, robbed of that. But it's like the essence that is here, you know, um, is comforting. It's really comforting. There's times I smell him when he's here, or I'll hear him talking, and I'm just like, I was like, oh, you're here, and all of a sudden, all my hairs will stand up. So, that lets me know that he's around. But it's just like when you allow yourself to really understand what is taking place, and it just shows you the warrior that has always been there. Even though it's been caught up in probably rubble, in pain, sorrow, neglect, whatever you had to go through, that was always there. And these things had to occur for you to realize anything that you have connected with, it can shake you to the core mentally, emotionally, sexually, physically, spiritually. It it as long as you allow yourself to be determined and understand this is not going to beat me. I've been through worse, and that's what universe wants you to remember. You have been through so much, and a lot of times, I've been like that, where different emotions will come up from, the nasty things that my mom, well, I don't ever call him my dad anymore. I always call my mom the ex, him, or the reflector. Uh, when he used to constantly do harsh things to me, just to get a rise out of me, and he seek pleasure out of that. And even though when I'm allowing myself to heal, he tried his best to come back in my life to break me all the way. And it's just like it took me a long time. I used to cry like, that type of cry. And, and I just try to understand. I showed nothing but love to him, and he couldn't even love me back the way I wanted it or needed it. He picked his wife and her kids over me, you know. But then I had to allow myself to know he wasn't sent in your life to love you like that. He wasn't sent in your life to, you know, protect you. He was supposed to be sent in your life to flip your whole damn world upside down. And you heal from that. They had to take something from you that was much precious, you know. Um, and I'm like, it worked, But then I had to allow myself to see the the power that I got. I never thought I would be able to not be angry anymore. Allowing myself to remain focused on getting revenge, other than allowing myself to heal from what they have, robbed me of. You know, but then I had to allow myself to see. I'm glad y'all did that, because after all the things you have done, it just allowed me to see the reflection of strength, my power, my magic, my stubbornness. I'm not going to allow you to win this. You're not going to, you know, but I'm going to use this to be able to reflect towards others, being able to know my life experience. It hasn't been easy, and then on top of that, wanting to be able to share my experiences and tell people who my father is. I've had people that was very supportive and say, I knew he had a daughter out there somewhere. Um, or you look just like him, or you carry the same energy that he does. All those different things, But then I also had people tell me how crazy you are. That's not your dad. You need help. You need to kill yourself. All these different things I had to deal with in this world. And I said, I'm not going to allow those things. That right there would be motivation to keep going, because there were some people that were triggered by that. Some people wanted to stay in my life just to be able to say that they were around somebody that was attached to my dad. All those different things. I've had crazy experiences, but I won't regret one of them. Not any of them, because those are the things that showed me how strong I am, how strong I am to overcome the things that's been placed on me, showing me, even though when somebody shows their egos or their insecurities on me, or telling me, reminding me of what I lack, it's like that can't affect me if I'm not placing my attention into it, or even placing my feelings into it. That's what it was supposed to be. That when God tells you, universe tells you, we have something for you, everything that has been taken from you is about to be replaced with better. Allow yourself to forgive, and not because you're excusing their actions, but it's giving you that peace for yourself that makes room in your life for something better. That you can be able to show people, even though there is things that you it's been hard for you to bear, that has taken place in your life, you still allowed yourself to show strength. You still allowed yourself to show determination, allowing yourself to still show love when all these things were like dangling in your face. And a lot of times you see things and it's like it echoes what you truly want in life, and that's letting you know it's coming. It's just like whatever's going to be for you is going to be for you. But you have to allow yourself to maintain that trust and believe, not just within, yourself and your well being, but within the universe and God, that they have something better for you, just because you're allowing yourself to reflect all these different things in your life that you can part ways with. You can use that as a tool to be your milestone, or you can allow these hurtful pain, hurt, pain, whatever that you have endured, to strengthen you. You the storm that you have been led in, you became that. You got your strength, you got your knowledge from that, you show awareness throughout that. And that's what, you have to allow yourself to, either you have a choice, either you're going to evolve and you're going to remain. And that's the reason why everybody's going through these lockdowns. It's not just for that. You have no choice but allow yourself to get rid of insecurities, not allowing yourself to compare your journey to somebody else's, their blessings to your blessings. If it's supposed to be a certain way, it's going to be. If you have lost something, trust, believe it's going to be replaced with something a lot better. Use energy for something you can't no longer control, or it was supposed to go that way, but you had to allow yourself. A lot of times, how you respond to things, how you allow things to bother you. Are you allowing somebody to keep your power when that doesn't even belong to them? There's so many people come up in here, trying to, say stupid stuff on my thing. I laugh my ass off and just straight read you. I'm like, don't come for me if I ain't summon you. Bye. It was like, if you even know about a Heyoka, you already know not to rub them the wrong way, because they poke. And they poke harder, but they can do it in such a polite way. They'll make you just like them, you know. And I really, there's times I just see it. And I'm just like, you go, girl, and just keep it moving, and just allow yourself to pray for them, because obviously when somebody come at you sideways like that, you done triggered something. You really done triggered something. People like, oh, you're not natural, you're not this. No, damn right, I'm a limited edition. I'm not trying to be like anybody else. I didn't ask for this. I was summoned to do that. If you want to have a problem with it, talk to the ancient ones. Talk to the chief of the ancestral, the tribal, and what is it, ancestral tribe. Those are the ones you need to go ahead and holler at if you have an issue with what I'm doing, because they're the one who told me to talk to y'all. They're the one who keep on saying, no, I don't want you to do no twin flame videos. I don't want you doing white whips, indigos, blue rays, What else? INFJs, we want you to do the ones on Heyokas because this is what is needed right now. It is not going to be like it's been, for centuries and centuries, passing time with bloodlines. These things has changed. They don't sit up here and have some talks up on there, up in what do they call them, like spiritual conferences, and said things had to change. There's certain things that's about to appear in this world that a lot of people ain't gonna be ready for. What kind of things you need? We need the warriors, the wonder warriors that got to take a licking and keep on ticking. We need those, and they are rising left and right, left and right, left and right. So it's just like you have been through the hardest. It's just like certain people appear in front of me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Heyoka traits right there. Been through hell and high water. All they just told you your healing is right over the bridge. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna take these back trails. I got some stuff to be sad. I've seen so many people. They'll be texting me, be crying and saying stupid stuff at the same time, making me laugh. I'm like, you know what? I thought I was the only one who did that shit. I was like, I'd be crying at one minute and then laughing in the other. My daughter do it, and I'm just like, I'm trying to comfort her, but I don't know whether to laugh at her or not. I said, "Are you crying? Or are you laughing?" I'm doing both. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm so done. So you go through these different things, and it is a comfort. It's comfort. Everything is happening in your life for a reason. Anything that was painful that has shunned a part of your life is going to be that same reflection to see that, yes, you see how this really pulled the wool over your eyes, or this really made you feel like, why didn't I catch on to this sooner? You had to endure these different things. You had to meet these people. These people had to meet you, and you're going to be reflecting on them saying, no matter what you go through, you have the power to change. You have the power to heal. You can allow yourself to be strong and not use your experiences to feel like you're justified to go ahead and pass that ish down to somebody else, but allow yourself to say, even though this has been passed on to me, it's going to stop here. I'm not here to sit up here and feel like I can hurt every single person because of that one person that reminded me of that person, so I'm letting everybody else pay for it. No, you don't have to do that. Everybody has a choice on how you tend to do things. It's up to you. But it's just like when you needed to heal, they brought the same people in your life. Those are your trigger healers. Those are the ones who came into your life to push your buttons, to see if you're going to allow that person to sit up here and push your buttons, or when they want to remind you of what you're lacking and what they have, are you going to allow yourself to be, what, I'm grateful for you. When it's time for my time, I'm gonna get mines too. I don't have to. You don't have to keep, telling me stuff like that. Because when people have to keep reminding you of things, like they want to keep reminding you of your past, it's because that's where they're stuck at. They're not allowing themselves to grow. They're not allowing themselves to rise up in consciousness. They're still on that low vibe, low frequency, 3D materialistic type situation. I'm just allowing myself to grow. What is rich to me is education. What's rich to me is awareness. What's rich to me is my strength. Me allowing myself to know enlightenment is like you don't know everything. So I'm willing to learn everything. You don't know nothing until you know everything. And you can't know everything because there's still stuff you need to learn. And those are the things that you need to allow yourself to really truly see. Don't allow yourself to come up in emotions and catch up in your feelings because somebody might remind you of something that happened painful in front of you. Because if it comes to you and it triggers you, that's the universe saying, hey, we're really having things that is coming your way that you truly deserve, just because all the hell you have gone through and the determination, even how many times you fail, you have bounced back so many more times before that. And we need you to heal from these things. We need you to let go. We need you to allow yourself to know these things don't happen to you. You had to be into a situation like that for you to be able to understand gratefulness. If you want to help the world, you had to become that change that you want to see around you. How you see the world is how you see yourself. All I see is madness, but it's transitioning into greatness. So I'm appreciating that. I know my butt was mad around here. I was the mad damn hatter. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not gonna even lie. But I love being real. I love being able to speak the way I want to speak, and still, say what I need to say to be able to help others as well. It's like our life isn't easy, our path isn't, but you get that understanding. Everything I see that came into my life, and it's like ego wanting to bring it back. The devil busy right now. I'm not about to give him anything to do. I'm like, hey, you see old boy right over here, or you see old girl over here. They just keep poking and prying. Go find yourself over there. That is like the devil play hand in hand with you, as long as the universe and the people that they send towards you, that is going to test you. There are going to be people that are going to remind you of how grateful you are. There's going to be some people that you be ready to slap across the daggone street, but you have to allow yourself to be better than that. Not everybody is ready for that milestone. They haven't been down that road of learning their life lessons, because there was one point in you that you did some hurtful stuff to somebody else, or you done said some things you can't take back. So you have to understand you went through your situation just like everybody else is going through theirs, and allow yourself to grow from what is being placed on your life right now, because these are the things that's going to make you jump miles, open up doors for you. Abundance is coming in so many different ways. So allow this situation to work on you. And so you can be able to get what you need to be getting. So I hope you were able to resonate. Our, like I said, the fam is like growing madly. I can be blinking these about 10 or 15 folks that sit up here and subscribe and is appreciating the videos. And it is truly a blessing to me that, I said it, I keep seeing more and more people coming out the dirt. So that means that you waking up, and it is like in a state of shock a little bit. It's like, snatching you up and you half sleep or something like that. You're going to a crazy rebirth right now. And some people are scared because they're not understanding what's taking place, but you're being guided. So I would love to take give Don Hargrove as well as Angela Campbell. Much love to you. Welcome to the fam. If you're new, drop a line. I would love to get to know you. I also on my community page, I put up different posts. I said I'm gonna start doing more empath facts. It's just like, different sages, different crystals, what's good to have, or, if I know there's, a portal opening, or, different phases that's coming on. I'd rather do videos on that, or even make posts if I don't. Um, just to be able to give that awareness. Y'all know I put silly memes up there. People are like, Roz, I'm gonna take this and put it on my soul. That's what it's for. Be able to share that love. We're going through a lot. I want to be able to give you that friendly reminder, being able to give you that, you know, reassurance that you need when you're going through these trying moments, and being able to also make you laugh as well. I'll be putting stuff up. I don't want people to take it seriously, because I know there's a lot of people reflecting, especially the one where, the universe is telling you, smile, laugh more, be positive. I am smiling, and it's just like, we're all like that, because you're dealing with so much and you just trying to keep that smile on your face. Like, I'm smiling, I'm smiling. Can you leave me alone, please? All right. Okay. God bless you. And namaste. I'm just going about yourself. But yeah, drop me a line. I would love the chance to get to know you. Welcome to the fam. If drop me a line, and I'll help you out as much as I can. But if you want to talk to me on one, I do empath counseling as well. Just be able to give you that clarity of what is to be expected, or the things that you're going through. And say, yes, it's normal. A lot of us go through that. And just be able to give you that understanding that you truly need. You can find me on Facebook Messenger. I'm not accepting any friend requests, but you can stay connected with me on Messenger. Just look me up under my name. Let me know that you connect with me here, and I'll help you out as best way as I can. Um, and everything we talk about is confidential. If I don't have the answers to give you, I will give you, send you different things to help you along the way, just to give you a better understanding of it, just be able to make sense on what's taking place. So I will see y'all in my next video. Make sure you stay clean, wash your hands as much as you possibly can, sanitize, clean back after yourself, um, what else? Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, share. um, just know that you're truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And knowing there's always financial needs are being met. I'm sending vibes out for that, because I know that can be hard if you're dealing with a lot of things, trying to see when and if you're getting any money. So I understand about that. Just know you're truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And make sure you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know, all those things can, really take somebody a long way. And I'll see you in my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be well.